week. And we can get started whenever he comes on here. See if Obscure's on here and scan down the name list. Not quite on yet. It's okay, we're a little early. Thanks for everyone showing up. Got a strong crew. Did a little whale tip in earlier to the peeps that showed up early. I don't know, as long as my coffers aren't dry, I'll do that every week. I'm actually, oh, Chaos says hello. He was being obstinate earlier, so I don't know. If he gets like that again today, I'll have to put him up in my room. I'm hoping he's just gonna be calm. But yeah, I'm working pretty hard trying to get some sponsors for the show. I think I'm making a little headway, so we'll see. I need some of these corporations to start giving back a little bit, you know what I mean? They can hack it. I'm seeing a lot of corporations, a lot of companies like, you know, getting good with celebrity when they're entering the space because that gives them a lot of clout and whatnot. But I think it'd be good to start a movement of, you know, it's like companies that sponsored Pee Wee T-ball leagues back in the day. It's just like you gotta keep the community going and put some money back in the community. And I think getting some bigger corporations to sponsor shows like this and to sponsor artists directly would be a good thing. So what are you guys' thoughts about that? That's what I'm trying to do right now is Pee Wee Herman, no. I meant like Little League ball. I remember, I don't know, where I grew up, local companies would sponsor those leagues and everything, pay for all the stuff they needed. But yeah, I don't know. I think that I'm hoping I can get a couple of companies to sponsor this and hopefully sponsors the artist directly. Kind of flip the switch. Let's see here. ObscurePrints is on. Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, this is record timing. We got comms working before the show even technically started.
We're ahead of the game.
Oh yeah. Okay, everybody. I'm going to try to screen share here, if I remember how to do that correctly. Where's my screen share?
Hey, Lindsay. Cheers, Space. How's everyone doing?
Everyone's doing pretty good. They showed up early. So.
Yeah, big turnout. Thanks for showing up, everyone. I really appreciate it.
Just bear with me 1 second. Oh, and my loud cat. Oh, he's going to be loud. We'll see. Come on, buddy. Chill out. All right, I'm screen sharing it with everybody. Can everybody see that?
How do I get it up?
You have to go to the live screen section. I don't know how to look at other people's live screens. I only ever screen share myself.
I found it.
Yeah, there you go. What up, Easy? Thanks for stopping by. In your show in a little bit. All right, so I'm over here at 38103 in Decentraland. And this is the Artist Hour on Token Smart. And it's our second ever guest, ObscurePrints. How's it going?
Hey, it's going well. Thanks for having me. How's your day been?
It's pretty good. Cat's been a little testy today, but other than that, you know, it's going well. Actually, I may have to put him upstairs. Ooh, he's getting a little testy. I don't know. See if I can bribe him with some treats real quick.
He wants some NFTs, man, not treats.
He responds best to tasty tuna treats. I'll bribe him there. I bribed him. Hopefully he'll be quiet now. So let's start off. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm from Illinois. I am currently going to school in Iowa, and I was really big into art when I was younger. I always drew and painted and all that. But once I hit high school, I kind of lost touch with my artistic side for a while. But a few years back, I took a digital arts course at the University of Iowa, and we were using a software called Max MSP, which it's a really versatile software that kind of lets you do a lot of like live type events. And in the class, I created this particle system that's audio-reactive, and it can be controlled by a piano. So me and my team put that together, and we went to an art show and had people interacting with it, playing with it, playing music, playing songs. But around that time is when I really got back into art. After that, I started finding new ways to kind of apply these particle systems, and I also got into Photoshop as well. All the pictures in the Decentraland right now were made with Photoshop, not the Max MSP software. But
Cool.
so yeah, that was a few years ago that I really got back into art, and I want to say in November I started learning about NFTs some more, and I figured, what the heck, I'll start making some. I'll start sharing my hobby, see if anyone's interested. And not too long after that, you actually reached out to me and invited me to the BBStudios, and from there, I met a few other people that I began working with and talking with, and it's been a really fun time. And it's another partial reason why I got into it is to kind of help my mom raise some money for her medical expenses. But that's just a hope. Like, it's not. I'm not really expecting to make anything off of these. But I just kind of want to share my work with anyone, and hopefully people like it. If not, oh well. But I still want to share it.
Yeah, that's the time frame you described getting to. I think a lot of us really started dipping our toes into the exact same time, and it just kind of, it was whoever happened to be in that small corner of Twitter at the time kind of gelled together. A lot of it.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting there to be such a good community of people online. I was never really big into social media, but once I started sharing my work, I gave it a go, and I'm glad I did, because I've been meeting a lot of really cool people. I'm pretty busy with school and work at the moment, but I still have some opportunities to interact with the community. I talked with Bodie. I think he was your first guest. He's a really cool dude.
Bodie, yeah.
Bodie. Okay, is that how you say it? All right.
Yeah, like Bodie's eye from Point Break.
Okay. Yeah, I never knew that. That's I talked with him a bunch, so yeah, I didn't know that, but
that dates some of us a little bit. We're a little bit old.
Yeah, I know what Point Break is, but I never really got into it too much. But
the original movie is a masterpiece. The remake is some hot garbage. But
I saw the original when I was a young kid, but I don't remember too much from it. But I've been talking with him, and another person I've been kind of interacting with in the community is Crypt King and Compulsify. I'm butchering his name, but it's computational philosophy mixed together, and he makes some really unique things. I put his name in the chat for anyone who's interested.
Actually, since we're going to drop some links, I'm going to go ahead and drop some of your links. And I'm just going to drop them all at the same time. I got your Twitter link, then some of the markets that you're selling some of your art on. So you got, there, Sandy's all over it too. She likes to drop the links. So check all of his stuff out. The Ghost Market stuff's interesting. We're actually going to be launching Cyber Dogs on Ghost Market.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying Ghost Market. I haven't posted too much there yet. I actually haven't posted a lot of my work yet, just time constraints. But I'm trying to do more. And Ghost Market's really cool. It's got a really good user interface, and the staff that I've talked with are really really nice and knowledgeable people. So I think there's big things coming for Ghost.
So let's talk about this piece I got up here on the top billboard. This one jumped out to me immediately when I was going through your submissions you gave me to put up. I don't know. This one's wild. It almost reminds me of you ever see that movie Stargate with the alien?
Yeah.
Almost reminds me of that alien head right at the end when it lights up blue and it's like super mad about getting they got one over on him. He was like super mad and turned all blue. It almost looks like that kind of alien head there in the middle. It's like some vortexes on the sides.
Yeah, I agree, and it's kind of funny though. I when I was making this, I didn't plan on making a face. It kind of just happened.
Were you just going for a mirror effect, and then it just happened to look kind of like a face?
No, it's actually not a mirror effect. It's a bunch of layered images that I just put together.
Okay.
Well, I guess it is kind of there's some mirroring going on in there, but I hand placed everything and rotated and all that. But yeah, essentially I found some like I looked at a bunch of like black holes, and I think they're called like nebulas or something. Just a bunch of space objects, and then I really like glowing things. I love the color, the beautiful like bright light, the bright glowing. So I went over these. I hand drew these vortexes that you see right there with the red and the blue in the middle, and then I just used some Photoshop effects to get that kind of granular look and to add some more of those like little like space flecks inside.
Yeah.
And and it was just a bunch of layering and a bunch of different filters and hand drawing, and it just kind of I didn't really go into it with a plan.
Really nicely. It all came together because it all looks really coherent,
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it came out. Like those bright glowing little like stringy things. I honestly don't even remember how I made that happen. It just I did some random thing and boom, they were like glowing and
real nice transition there too. It just comes like almost like lightning horns or something.
Yeah, the horns, and it's crazy that it's got that face there because as soon as I finished, I'm like, wow,
it almost looks like a bat. Actually, now that I'm looking at it. I don't know. I look for patterns and stuff, so sometimes I see stuff that people don't.
Yeah, I see some like alien type, crazy interdimensional traveler type deal. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. And what about this one? This one's a little bit of different flavor over here. This is like Beach Boys in space or something. This is awesome.
I like that. Yeah, so that's Photoshop again. I did a bunch of little dots and then multiplied the dots and then just kept copy pasting the layers. And then the red and blue and green was some additional overlays that I kind of went through and erased some things as I was going through it. Like another face kind of showed up. I don't know if anyone else sees it, but above the spaceman, there's like a red splotch there. I don't know why, but I see a face in that. It reminds me of that red demon guy from Powerpuff Girls, if anyone remembers that cartoon show from a long time ago.
It's right there. Yeah, now I see it.
Yeah, but it was on accident, I did not mean to do it. And but yeah, the spaceman, it's again more layering. It's I did differences, overlays, and then a bunch of filtering effects to get that kind of transparent transitioning look to it. It kind of looks like he's like traveling through dimensions is what I was going for.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I think the splotch effect you went with just does a really good job at, because you look at space pictures and it does look like that a lot of time. Like the light's a little diffused and they're all just like, different, slightly different colors.
Yeah, it's got like that.
We're going to do a quick poll. Should I kick my cat out to my room or is everyone cool with his occasional interruptions?
I'm fine with it. I barely even noticed them.
He's being feisty today. I don't know. Give me your spot, man. Give me your spot. He's okay. Everyone's cool with more cats. All right. He's just so loud sometimes. I apologize. Okay. All right. Come. We'll go back to the show.
Yeah. No, the cat just wants to be involved, man. He wants to make some NFTs. But
He already has been one actually. He was the inspiration for one of the submissions of Cybercats. So if you see a purple Cybercat, and it's like the one that's in that meme, you know, it's like hissing back at the women. They're pointing at it. It's like that style.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, multi-dimensional Beach Boys in space. I like it.
Yeah, I like the name. It's a lot better than what I had come up with. I actually don't even remember what I ended up calling it, but yeah, I like doing those kind of like not so precise type looks for the space objects, like because it's got all those gas and particles and just randomness going on. So I'm happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, it looks really. I mean, I think it looks realistic. I mean, when I look at space pictures, that's how all the stars in the distance look. They just look like a little diffused. They're not like super well defined, and they're all different, colors and size and everything like that. I just think that was pretty accurate representation.
Yeah, that was. Oh man, I didn't even realize you had more back here. Okay.
Oh yeah. We make use of all of our space. Oh, see, so we got a Took Smart there. We got a Dab Dragon. Shout out to Dab Dragon. Talked to him the other day. Still hanging in there. Anybody want to send him an ETH? DabDragonFund.eth. That's how you can send it to him.
Yeah, I heard about his medical issues. I was pretty concerned for him. I don't really know him too well or at all, pretty much. But I've seen him around, and I'm sending my best wishes to him. I read his little. Maybe it was on Medium or something. He wrote an article about his experience, and it was one of the like funniest and saddest stories I've read at the same time. Like it's such a difficult situation that he was in and the experience he went through. But at the same time, he was talking like Mrs. Dab Dragon and like just like throwing in all these like caps and like I don't know. It was a good read for what it was,
Oh yeah, it was a wild story. I wish I had that link so I could show everybody right now. Sandy, I don't know if you got it. Throw it in there if you do. But yeah, it was a wild story, and basically the base of it is his sister. I can't remember if it was sister. Someone in his family died of it, and he had it when he was a small child. It went away, and his parents just thought it went away, and they weren't aware that epilepsy is a lifelong illness, even if it's not expressed at times. And so they didn't even tell him. He didn't even know. It just, came out, probably exasperated by some other things or whatnot. But yeah, it just took him down by surprise. Luckily, doctors figured out what was going on. So he's on the mend. But it's just going to, affected his speech a lot. So it's going to be a little bit before he can get back.
Okay. Well, at least he's starting to do better. That's all that matters.
I heard him talk for a little. He just can't have very much screen time, as well, because I think that exasperates issues. But he's still making some art. If you let me pull up. I see if I have his link real quick. Oh, I got it on the other page. I'll find it in a little bit. Let's keep going here. But somebody else dropping in. A little skull mask. Hell yeah, guy. Let's say hello. Hey, friend.
Yeah, I'm digging his look.
So these are these some photographs you took right here?
Yeah, they are.
Did you augment this one a little bit?
I did. I put on some. So I took both photos with my phone actually, and it was an iPhone, I believe iPhone 7 Plus at the time, but I forget the name of the effect, but it's got like a fading type effect. The farther out it gets from the center, And I also did some just fine touching with the colors. You can't really see it in the Decentraland, but
Yeah, it
there's
doesn't
even
come out as much in Decentraland, but it pops more on the edges when you're looking at the picture around the edges.
yeah, and there's even some like small like spider webs that are kind of visible. Probably not in the Decentraland right now, but on the main picture. And yeah, no, thank you. But yeah, no, I never really. I'm not like a photographer or anything, but I do enjoy taking pictures when I get the chance. And I saw these mushrooms when I was walking my dog, and I was like, heck yeah, I got to take a picture. And that came out. I have.
I forget the name of those, but I don't know if they're edible or not.
Yeah, I wouldn't risk it.
They have a festival every year in it's some little town in Colorado, and it's like a mushroom festival, and you can bring your mushrooms there and have them identified.
Oh, very cool. Yeah,
I can't remember the name of it.
do they just like tell you why are people needing mushrooms identified? Are they like trying to
It's
eat?
just like the whole town is like super. I don't know, just like super down to earth, and like they have a really strong mycological society there, and just a lot of people enthusiastic about different kinds of mushrooms and identifying mushrooms, and so that's festival once a year. And I forget the name of the town, but it's a small little town in Colorado. But it's cool. I want to go sometime. It sounds like a really cool festival. Yeah,
it sounds interesting.
I don't know if I'd believe this guy like at a table. He's like, "Yeah, you can go ahead and eat that." I'm like, I have to see your references. What is this picture? Is this your hometown too?
So that's actually from my where I stayed when it was a year and a half ago at Iowa school.
Okay.
Iowa City, Iowa. It's my building is actually like behind where this picture was taken, and this is like the neighboring building. It rained, and that rainbow was just completely visible all the way throughout the sky. So I had to take a picture of it, and then I just added a little bit of effects to kind of make the colors pop a bit more. I like that red building is mostly like a natural like brick, like a tannish kind of brick look normally. So it's got a lot of like red added to it.
That's cool. It almost reminds me of sometimes when you get the, before a storm, and you get kind of that weird, almost like a sepia mustard tone to everything. If it's a big storm, it almost kind of reminds me of that kind of effect.
Yeah, it actually looked like that in person a bit, and the person that there was someone else behind me, and they, that meme long time ago where someone yells double rainbow. Like, it wasn't a double rainbow, but there was some random person outside just yelling. It's weird.
What about here? This one, I think I stretched it out a little bit to fill the spot. I don't think it's supposed to be in that aspect ratio, so I apologize for that, obviously. But
yeah, no worries.
No, I got a little bit of flicker going on. I don't know why, but
yeah, I've been calling that one Eternal Sight. It was actually made in Max MSP, no Photoshop. It's a sphere that I added textures to, and it started to look like an eye, and that's where I got the name from it. But I didn't start out trying to make an eye though.
Nice. That's I like stuff when I don't, when I end up with something and I tried to, completely different than what I tried to start with.
Yeah, it's kind of how most of my projects are. For the most part, at least, I just kind of start doing stuff, and as I go, I realize, hey, that's cool. Let's try doing some more of that, and like, oh, hey, now that looks cool. Let's do some more of that too. And we just end up with a random final.
Right. What about this thing? It almost looks like a cross between like a expanding nebula and some of those mandala things that have been going around.
Yes, so I call that one string theory, and it's also max. So, or it's making piece. So you see kind of a circular pattern in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the that compulsophy guy that I mentioned earlier, that's his pattern, and he said that I would. He gave me permission to use however I wanted. So I don't know. It like sticks to me. So he's a few of my pieces a while back. So I made a dice type shape in Tinkercad, and I did that circular design cutout, and what ended up happening is essentially I made all these little tiny. Every single one of those lines is actually a physical part of the 3D object file. It's not like drawn or anything. It's so
Okay.
every strand you actually see is like a file, and it's a huge object file. I think it's the biggest one ever used. It was multiple gigabytes worth, I think, because of the complex. Yeah, the complex patterning on the inside. It took forever to download and get work. It kept crashing the software. But
And this one's another example. This one's another example of one that actually. Some of these look better blowing up, but some of them don't retain their resolution as well. And this is another one that the actual piece I think looks better in its correct aspect ratio. But sometimes you just want to make it look big and people.
Yeah, don't worry. I think they all look fine. But yeah, so I made the design in Tinkercad, and then it wasn't there wasn't as many of those visible until I put it through Max MSP. And essentially, what I did was pull the edges away from center more, and it got that stringy drip look in it.
Yeah.
And and then I just kind of apply some random colors throughout it to give the texture it has. But yeah, it was fun to make. It's one of my favorite pieces. I think it's just I got some short videos of it where it goes through. It goes to the center of it. You can see all the shapes. I can send it in the chat. Actually,
Drop it in the chat for sure. Yeah, that's one of the limitations of our scenes in DCL. I think they're retooling their inner guts right now, and for some reason, GIFs and movies aren't working very well. Like GIFs aren't working at all, and movies you can only play once without having to reload the scene. So we had to go with mostly stills for now. But
yeah, I just dropped the GIF in the Discord. It might take a minute to send. It's a little bigger, but it really you'll understand what I'm saying once you see a GIF. It's about how all those little lines are actually objects. It's kind of crazy. It's on my side, so it should show you soon.
there we go. There we go. Yeah. See, now everybody can appreciate what it is, because like you're not seeing that level of detail on Decentraland. But that's a nutty object right there.
Right? It's so random.
Yeah. Now, you said was that generated, or did you do that yourself?
Yes, so I put that together myself for the most part. The Tinker is where I build like the design and then use MSP to stretch it out, like I said. So it's not generated in any way. It's just a bunch of random effects applied to a shape that I made. And I might have another image to share of it before it went through XMSP, so you can kind of get an idea of.
Cool. Yeah, definitely drop that if you got it. Meantime, we have to pop over here and center in on the next piece you got here. Kind of cool. It's like a Aztec kind of.
That's John Glicorn. It's
Oh, nice.
yeah. If you watch King of the Hill, it's from. I have a King of the Hill collection, a glitch
I
collection.
thought that looked familiar, man. That's awesome. I used to watch
Yeah,
King of
I'll
Hill
drop-
back in the day.
Yeah, it's I watch it all the time at night. It's like I've seen it so much that I can just fall asleep to it, and not really care if I miss anything. So I throw it on at night, and I love Hank and everyone. It's just
Bobby?
such a what?
That's my Hank impression. Bobby,
Dang it.
don't get Bobby.
So here's the link for that collection. It's mostly gifts, but I've only gotten a few of the characters done so far. Bill, John Redcorn, P, Khan, Bobby, Fatherton, Hank, and Dale. But yeah.
Damn it, Bobby.
Linda, yeah.
You need to use propane and propane accessories, not getting to comment.
Right. What's this one about up here? This is a little Bitcoin tribute here with some more. What? This is another eye you did here.
Yes, so it's called Sleepless Nights. You got the dried out red eyes from working, staring at the screen, and you got the cryptocurrency there, the Bitcoin. That
like
was
the Bitcoin moon, like the blood moon almost.
yeah, kind of. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I made that entirely in MathMSP as well. Well, besides the Bitcoin, that was actually a what's it called? A Commons file that someone shared online. That
Oh, cool. Yeah, the open art for everybody to use.
Yeah. Man, I forgot my freaking Tinkercad login apparently. So I'm not gonna. I don't know if I'll be able to show you that string theory shape at the moment.
This one still looks good up on top, though.
Yeah. I was gonna show you kind of what. Oh wait, I signed in with Apple, didn't I? I can show you actually. But yeah, it's. I really like the glitch effects and the glow colors, as you can tell.
Yeah, that like that orangish red on blue. It's always good for that type of effect. You referring to the like 3 EMIs where you're like looking at Coinbase, like, oh my god, I can't believe it's going up this much.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Definitely have been having some of that recently with Ethereum. Holy jeez.
Yeah, right. It's skyrocketing right now. I looked at it last night. I was like, dang, that's nice. I saw someone saying they think it's gonna hit 5,000 by Friday. I don't know about that, but that'd definitely be nuts.
Yeah, I mean, parabolic moves happen for sure. They definitely do. But, then I personally don't like parabolic moves because I know it's on the other side of that parabolic move. So I think, we've been building pretty steadily throughout the year so far, and I just hope we keep building at that rate. And if we are going to have a parabolic move, hopefully it goes really, really high before it crashes. Go around to the front here. This was one of my favorite pieces, and I originally had it up on the big board, but then I saw how these were formatted. I knew they would look better anyways, so I put it down here again. But this is one of my favorites personally. I'm not usually into abstract as much. I just really like the effect, the pull down effect you've got on all this. Reminds me of Bob Ross's when he pulls the paint down with his scraper sometimes.
Oh yeah. It's so it's actually another one of my space images. I don't think you have that one up, but I took an image I made and then I pixel sorted it. So I kind of just targeted the reds and greens and made them just pull apart. Kind of. I don't really know how to describe it. I think everyone probably probably knows what pixel sorting is, but I call it cave dive, even though it was originally a face object. I look at it and I imagine like I'm in a cave and got all those what are they called, like stalagmites and stalactite? Yeah, that stuff.
We got stalactites on top, stalagmites on bottom, I think. I can never remember.
Sounds about right.
T for top. I think that's how it goes. I don't know.
It could be. I have no idea. I got it.
Yeah, like the stalagmites like shimmering off the water almost, something like that.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. It's just that's what I see when I look at it. I'm not sure about everyone else though.
That's cool.
Yeah, thanks. That was made in Max MSP as well, actually. Well, the original image was Photoshop, and then the pixel sorting was done in Max MSP.
And maybe a lot of other people are familiar, but I'm fairly new to the arena. So, what you want to describe what pixel sorting is, just real short?
Yeah, so I mean, it just lets you identify and like target out a certain color, and once you have that color set, you can just like augment it in contrast to the other colors that you haven't targeted. So
did you just change like XY coordinates for some of these pixels, or is it like a drag?
Oh, you mean like yes, yeah. So Max MSP, it's before I explain it, I dropped a picture of the string theory in the chat, and it kind of shows you how I got all those lines to go through it. But
cool.
No, the pixel sorting was done with code. So in Max MSP, you can use like jitter objects are called, and you can do lines of code within them, and it this one pulls them along the vertical axis, the color that you identify, but it can also do horizontal and slants and all that as well. But I really liked how the vertical ones came out.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Yeah, definitely my favorite. This one I think that one up there was my second favorite, but that one was my favorite for sure. What's this one all about?
Yeah, so that's another one that I took with my phone. It's a tree branch that I ran through a custom Google Deep Dream filter. So
nice.
I liked how it came out. Like those little tentacle type thingies are they weren't really there on the tree. It was like all these little like flower buds that hadn't actually budded yet. But once it went through Deep Dream, it's like they opened themselves up.
Yeah, you got a real nice run through Deep Dream with this, because a lot of times it'll go out of its way to stick extraneous stuff in there. I feel like it's heavy on eyes a lot for some reason.
Yeah, so there's actually a few different types of like Deep Dream settings that they have, and I tend to use the ones that are much more minimal. It doesn't actually like make those like seal faces and eyeballs.
Right.
Yeah.
It's more interpreting what's already there than trying to reinterpret.
Yeah, exactly.
Combine. Yeah, I like that effect. That's cool. Yeah, those blossom effects really came out nice with that.
Yeah, and I actually incorporated that not the whole picture, but I cut out the center part with all the like the main branch that's showing, and I utilized it in a collaborative effort with for the oh wow, I'm blanking on the name all of a sudden. The async art collab.
The Mighty Moose collab.
Yeah, the one that we did with Bo and
that's the Mighty Moose. That was the Mighty Moose collab. They're still working on that. Async, that they have to figure out how 60 plus, I think it's 60 artists can sign one thing. Like, they want to make it so we can all sign it with our own wallets.
Yeah, I heard about that. That'd definitely be interesting.
Good. I guess that's a technological hurdle. Quite the technological hurdle for that.
Yeah, I actually saw it on testnets.opensea. Is that an official? Is that the official one that's on OpenSea that I found?
No. I think that was like I actually saw that myself and sent the link to Mighty Moose because I was like, "Yo, did someone like screenshot and trying to rip this thing off?" And he said, "No, they were just they're putting it up there." I think he was just putting it up there to show everybody, but he was still working on it with async. And I think, is it for sale? I didn't think. I don't think it was for sale. I think it was just listed.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I still have the link though. Do you want me to share it in this chat? Would that be okay?
Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with that.
I really enjoyed the name we came up with. What was it?
Yeah, let's tell everybody. Okay, so Mighty Moose, he apologized profusely to BBStudios because our submission number, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's the second row from the left, or it's the second column from the left, and it's the second row up from the bottom. And our submission number was number 42. And so, Obscure, do you want to tell them what we came up with for the title for our piece? Because we have a cool little catamaran boat in there. I don't know if you guys can see.
Yes, that's I think T-Bird took a photo of his boat with a drone, and that's where we got the boat from. But it's we ended up calling it Hitchhiker's Guide to the Catalina Wine Mixer.
Yeah. It was like, it might be said it was like the single best title he's ever heard of for anything, for like any piece. He's like, that's literally the best title for any piece I've ever heard of. And
I
like,
love
everything in.
I love the fact that the number of our piece actually tied to the Hitchhiker's Guide. So I thought it was really cool, but no worries though. Like no hard feelings about not using any names. Like I get it. Simplicity is kind of key with these larger projects.
Yeah. It's still, that's the backstory for anybody watching the live show. Yeah, number 42. If you ever watch Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, that's the answer to all life. Just a little alpha drop there. That's the answer to all life, 42. But yeah, that was a really cool project. I like the way it came out. And yeah, can't wait till it gets released on async. You know what's funny? I have a friend that actually purchased a really crappy boat and is just living on it out by that island right now, just fishing and making music.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
awesome.
actually, I hope he reaches out to Ziggy Crypto because I told him to reach out to him. He used to be in a band. I don't know if you ever heard a band called Stick Figure.
I don't think so.
They used to open for what's the name? Darn it, I'm just terrible with names. Slightly Stupid. They used to open for Slightly Stupid.
Oh wow, I know Slightly Stupid, so that's impressive.
Yeah, well, he had to drop out of the band because he was chasing after a girl at the time. So he dropped out of Stick Figure right before they got pretty big.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know. He took it pretty well, I guess. So he's back at it, making his own music, living out there by the Catalina Island on his own boat, which I just think is funny. It just reminded me that. All right, let's get back. We'll keep going here. Don't want to get too lost in the ramblings. What about this one? This one's really cool. I like this.
Yeah, so that one is also using that compulsivity. I don't know. Do you have any guess on how to say that? It's computational and philosophy.
No, that's your bet. Your guess is as good as mine. Now, did you hand place these?
So here, let me see if I can just share his Twitter link. It's his profile picture right now, I think.
Okay.
So the circles are all like connected to one another. I made the egg shape and kind of stretched them to make it fit better, and then I added this glow. But prior to the editing, it was a black background it was a white background with black circles, and then he changed it to a black background with white circles eventually, I think.
Huh, that's cool.
But I'm getting his link right now so I can stop butchering Username. Apparently, I can't spell.
No worries. Yeah, the glowing effect is nice. It's, at first, I thought it was just a straight tessellation, but then I noticed these two are off just slightly.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, it's not a. I'm not sure exactly what he did to make the design, but he does a lot of, or they, I should say. I'm not sure. But
I know I'm bad like that too. I always default to he. It's a generational thing.
yeah. But yeah, he does a lot of like generative type stuff. So I think he used some sort of code to get it to look like that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it almost looks like a tree branch effect. If you've ever looked at deterministic trees on some of this stuff, like a branching effect.
Yeah. I'm wondering if something happened to his account because he didn't show up in my search, and he's not even in my chat history anymore either. So that's interesting.
Could have been Twitter banned. Who knows?
Yeah, I hope not. He would put out some really good content. It's unfortunate if that's the case.
Well, if it got printed to the chain, it'll live forever.
Yeah.
What about this one here?
Yeah, so that one is actually.
I can see
It's
some
never
good here. I didn't at first, but now I can.
Yeah, so that one's actually never going to go for sale because the designs aren't my own. The faces are from. So the red one in the background is from Paprika. It's an anime movie, and the one in the front is from Perfect Blue. And they didn't have those original color schemes or anything like that, but I mixed the two movies together and did some editing and color work, and I call it Perfect Paprika. I'm a big fan of both of the movies. They're both like masterpieces, and it was just a little fan edit I threw together, and it's one of the favorite things that I've kind of like made happen. But like I said, I didn't draw any of those butterflies or fish or any of that. So,
well, you're honest for saying so. I don't know. You could always write them and ask them if you. Hey, you guys mind if I just put this up and you can make it your official like movie poster or something?
Yeah, no, it's
It looks cool.
Yeah, I can send what the originals looked like. I'm sure I can probably find them real quick with a Google search. But yeah, that was all done in Photoshop, all the editing and color work.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I haven't really been able to draw very much for these pieces because I just don't have like one of those drawing pads or an iPad or anything like that to do it with. So I've primarily been on my phone making like the space one up above. I made that whole thing on my phone.
That's impressive. I cannot understand how everybody can create stuff like this with just their phone. I wouldn't think it's possible, but that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying, but it's not too bad, I guess. It's a lot of zooming and unzooming, and right. Yeah, it's annoying, but it's doable.
I wonder if they'll make any specific tools that'll like layer over other apps that'll just like let you easily zoom and unzoom or something like that at some point.
What do you mean by that?
Just like I don't know, like if like a visual, like an audio zoom, be like zoom here. I don't know, something like where it can track your eyes and you could just say zoom and it could zoom in, or instead of having to do the whole hand thing. I don't know. I think there's probably some room for improvement with some of those apps.
Yeah, that might actually like partially exist, at least on iPhones, because I know they have a lot of like voice commands for the under the accessibility settings. There's a lot of customization there. Yeah.
Still not. I still wouldn't say it's the most ideal creation tool, but hey, if you're pumping out stuff that looks that good, all power to you.
Yeah, I don't even have a stylus anymore. It's freaking. I that one I used a stylus on, but I broke it.
So I was in here last night because I noticed that all of the scene was completely blank, and I was freaking out. And I realized that thankfully, this was at like midnight. I realized that we had switched over website recently, and I'll put in the new website, BBStudios, but I didn't realize when I switched things over, like all of the images are kind of hard coded, the addresses. So I had to go in and manually change those addresses. Here we go. Type that out. It's kind of hard to talk and type at the same time.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's not the admin.
Yeah, no, I have the same problem. But what do you mean the addresses? Like the file address?
Yeah, our media library still has all of. When you import on WordPress into the media library, it gives everything a hard-coded address. And I had imported everything when it was blockbig.com. And so they all still have, they changed it. But when I put those hard-coded addresses into the scene, those don't change dynamically. They're not linked. They're just pointers. So I just had to go in and change it all out. And at first, I thought I had to redo the whole scene, and that was going to be a pain in the butt. So I was like really happy when I realized I could just type in a couple characters in each address and make it work again. Ooh, he's getting loud, people.
Hungry boy.
He's not. No. This is just him being bored. He's got plenty of food. He was bored. He likes to play fetch. He only likes to play half of fetch. He likes to run over, but then he makes me come over and throw it again. But anyhow. So, yeah. Oh, speaking of this, good intro. I'll drop some links here. I put together a couple of our Cryptovoxel gallery got a little screwed up too when I switched over the website. So I went ahead and put together a couple of on cyber galleries featuring all of the Cybercats. That's the first collection. Actually, let's go ahead and pull yours up here while we're at it, Obscure.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna just hop in here real quick. Go over to. So loud, it's so ridiculous. If I put him in my room, he literally he will start slamming into my door until I let him back out, body checking the door.
Oh wow.
All right, let me see here. Going to the scroller. I don't know if I'm still screen sharing Decentraland or if I'm trying to find yours real quick. Here we go. I looked at some of these. I mean, there's a lot, 36 contributing artists, but I've looked at these so many times now I can pick out every person's, by name.
Nice. Yeah, I've been having a hard time. There's some of them geez, why did I just blank on his name out of nowhere?
That happens to me all the time. It's the worst.
Yeah. God,
that one's yours though, right? I just guessed that one.
So mine's a video. I don't think that's mine.
That's not yours. Oh, I screwed it up. For some reason, I thought that one was yours. I don't know why. Let me look again. Hopefully, I didn't say that one was yours. I'm gonna check the properties. Oh, that's right. That was Peel Art. I got yours mixed up with Peel Art.
Yeah, mine's like no, there's mine. The lost
Oh,
cattle.
that's right. Yeah. I don't know why I always mix yours up with peel arts there, but it's because it's kind of the same color pattern almost. But yeah, this was cool, dude. I really like the whole. Almost looks like going through the desert. You know, like the sand dunes or something.
Yeah, so that those dune type designs are actually completely generative. So it's just
Cool.
it's just randomly creating all these mounds forever, and the cat is just I just put it on like a rotation, but the cat was messed around with in Blender, and I UV mapped it in Blender as well. And then once it was UV mapped, it let me kind of crack it open, so to speak, in Max MSP. There's like really fine cracks going through it, and those cracks let the light through. So you can kind of see how it fragments as it hits them and goes through there, and it gets those like light beams. So that's what's doing it.
Yeah, now I see. I remember watching the evolution because you were sharing with me the whole way through on this one, and it really turned out nice and like completely different from what you started with.
Yeah, I kept changing. I kept throwing curveballs, and I actually wanted to use a different final texture, like a different color than red. It had red in it, but it was like a charcoal gray kind of look. But I ended up deleting the file on accident, the texture file, and I couldn't recover it. So I went another route.
I think it looks smoother though. Sorry, now I just remembered to just now drop the link as we're talking about it. No one else can see it. But yeah, I think I like the cracked texture you were going for almost, but it just looks a little bit smoother than the original take on it. Catalyte, yeah. I mean, we got some pretty good strong titles for some of these pieces here. And the Cyber Dogs, I think people are going to even gel with more.
Yeah, I'm really happy with my Cyberdog submission. It utilizes the particle system I was talking about. Maybe I can throw a file for that in the chat as well.
No,
so
I haven't minted that yet. So just so you know,
you haven't what?
I haven't minted Cyber Dogs yet.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not going to send the dog.
Oh, okay.
I'll send something else that. Yeah, no, not a work in progress. Even just some random.
Nice. I'm watching the chat right now.
Oh, am I missing something?
Canwolf just posted a funny video of the robotic dog biting on some banana peels. That's hilarious.
So essentially, hold on, here I can share this one. So it's the dog uses. I made this particle system, and then I started using the particles as textures, and the dog is actually texturized with the particles. And not only does it have this like unique look to it, but it also has this really, really cool feature. I don't know if I want to like ruin the surprise, but it does something that like not most, like pretty much none of my other works do, and I think it's really cool how it came out. So everyone should definitely keep an eye out for the Cyber Dog drop.
Yeah, we'll be. I have to get with Magoo's and figure out this. I accidentally screwed up our Google form, and I think he was a little mad at me. He's like, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, I saw that. Understandable, but
I'll get that fixed, and we'll get everything sorted, and we'll probably mint this weekend, or like Friday or something, and then we'll have everything.
Sounds good.
Ghost Market. That's where we're going for the next one. Everybody.
What are we doing?
I say we're going on Ghost Market.
Yeah, I'm excited for Ghost. I think it's gonna go well there. Like I said earlier, they got the great staff, great UI, a lot of cool people involved. Like what's the really famous guy, Jay and Silent Bob? I forget his actual name, but he's on there now too. And I just sent a picture.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah, him. He's got some NFTs on there. You have a chance to like win a cameo in one of his movies that he's working on. So
That's actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's very cool.
The reboot. Did anybody see the Jay and Silent Bob reboot?
Not yet. I want to though.
I don't know. I thought sometimes the reboots don't hold up as well because they're just bad. Just like throwing tons of money at the actors until they just cave in and do it. But hopefully they did better with that one.
Yeah, I have high hopes actually. I think it'll be good.
Kevin Smith's character is awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's really entertaining. I haven't seen the movies in such a long time, but I've seen them.
Mallrats still holds up to this day.
Oh yeah, Mallrats is a classic. I'm gonna have to watch some Jay and Silent Bob movies again, and some more Kevin Smith works. It's been so long. I want to say like 10 years at least since I had watched any of his work.
I tried to rent Clerks one time, and I accidentally got the animated series, which was actually surprisingly good.
I wasn't even aware there was an animated series, so I'm gonna have to
I wasn't either.
Well.
I got home, and it was back in the day before you streamed everything, and I was like, "Oh, what the heck?" It ended up being like almost like Animatrix style, but like just a bunch of different random animated Clerks shorts. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, that was the original part of the original look of that piece. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's similar to the dog, but it's still very different. So I figured I'd share it, give like a little sneak peek of what's going to go on. The final piece, the dog, it moves and it does something you wouldn't expect. Let's just say that.
Nice.
I do some like audio reactive stuff as well. Here, I'll send an example of that. That was the original plan for the dog, to do an audio reactive piece, but
that stuff's really cool. I was watching a video on someone that was creating a audio reactive augmented reality musical instrument.
I think I know what you're talking about. And be careful with that MP4 I just sent. It might be loud for y'all if you got your volume up loud. But wait, what were we just saying?
Just that somebody making augmented reality type musical instrument that was audio reactive.
Oh, that's right. So I actually have been working on a VR implementation of these particles that I do. So I'll send another example here in a second.
Hopefully someone from Superworld's listening to this, because they're one of the companies I'm trying to court for sponsorship, and this is the exact kind of content they could be taking advantage of.
Yeah,
I have some properties that I need to buy an iPad, because supposedly their app that they have is better designed for Apple products. I can't get the app to work for my Android, but we have some pretty premium AR space land in Superworld, and maybe we'll try placing some of that stuff if you want. Later on down the line, I have a land for OSU Buckeyes Stadium.
Yeah, I saw that. That should be really cool once you have some stuff up there.
Yeah,
but
anyhow, keep going.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that last video I sent is that spiritual divide one with those dancing particles. so it's not AR. I mean, it might be able to be done, but for what I'm trying to do is it's going to be a VR room, and it's going to be audio reactive, and it's going to be like you're in that room with the particles, and they're going to dance around you to whatever music you're playing or doing, you know. So I think it'll turn out pretty cool once it's if I'm able to make it work. It's turned out to be a lot more labor intensive than I thought it was going to be.
What's the difference between AR and XR? Do you know?
XR, I'm not sure. VR though is what I was talking about. Like you put those goggles on and you're in a virtual world. But yeah, I'm not sure what XR is.
What kind of goggles do you have? I got Oculus Quest 2 myself about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah, I actually don't have. I have PSVR, but I can't really use them to test anything, and that's kind of part of why it's taken me so long. I want to grab the same set that you had, the Oculus 2, but don't have the money at the moment.
Yeah, it's a little pricey. I sold a .eth domain, and I was like, hell, let's try this out. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm using Tilt Brush on it, or I'm just messing around with Tilt Brush, not doing anything serious on it. But I found that it looks really awesome while you're inside Tilt Brush, but when you try to export a GLB file or whatever, it corrupts things a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I've seen some videos of artists drawing with it, like they have a camera on them, a camera watching the artist as they have the headset on and painting. So it makes it so it looks like they're actually in that virtual reality they're drawing in. So
that's cool.
Yeah, maybe I can find a link really quick. But some of these,
it's really fun to mess around with for sure. I was trying to import some stuff that I built. I was gonna submit to Cybercats myself. And I did this crazy cool effect where I made this cat with it was completely made of blue lightning style, electricity. So it was just sitting there vibing and it was like an outline of a cat, but it was just made with electricity. And it looked cool as shit. And then I went to export it because I'm like, cool, I'm gonna be able to export this and throw it in my DCLC, as a 3D object. And it just turned out just completely different. It just looked terrible. I don't know. They're still working on it, I guess. It must be hard to represent it outside of its native environment.
Yeah, it must be. Well, maybe not. I don't know. So personally, I think
something up.
Yeah, I think if I tried it, I would mess it up as well. It seems like a really hard thing to do, but I was talking with Bo, and his daughter was I think he might have sent it in the BB chat, but his daughter was making some really cool stuff, and it was coming out looking really good. So she must have some special touch or something.
I'm using Sketchfab, I think, to export it. That's the only option at the moment, I think.
Oh, for sure.
But I don't know. I gotta play around with it more. I'm sure I'm probably just screwing something up.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. It might even be your how strong your computer is. If maybe it's.
I got a new computer. Before all this, I was using this $175 laptop that was shipped with tax.
Oh, wow.
It could do everything until it discovered Decentraland, and then Decentraland pretty much killed my laptop.
Yeah, I've been running into problems with Max MSP. It's pretty intensive, and my computer is not very strong. So, exporting in some of the higher resolutions has been a headache, to say the least.
Or rough. Yeah, I get those upgrades. Well, that's cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah, appreciate you coming on the show. I don't know if Sandy's there or not. How much time we got till? We got about a half hour till Easy's show comes on, I believe.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been fun. Enjoyed talking about everything, and
I think it's cool
me-
for everybody here. I personally didn't know that. I knew you were putting effects in, but I always enjoy finding out more of the technical aspect. With the whole pixel sorting and all those technical aspects you're doing with the 3D program. It's just more interesting to. It gives me personally more depth to the art that I'm looking at when I find out about all the work that's gone into it on the back end.
Yeah, I agree. I think it like a lot. I used to do it a lot myself, but a lot of people they kind of like try and get like poetic with their descriptions, and I've been trying to be less like that and more technical, like explain how it was made. And because like you said, people seem to just enjoy knowing those things, and it makes them like be able to appreciate it more, it seems.
Well, it's very much a work in progress in terms of the minting process for me and everything, but I definitely think you should include some of these tech. And if you did and I missed them on the first minting, I apologize, but you should definitely include some of these technical aspects because I think people really value that in terms of the collectors anyways. I think they value people who really know their stuff and are really interactive with some of these programs and everything.
Yeah, I've been trying to be more productive about that type of descriptions and everything. But a lot of the stuff I have minted was kind of done before I realized I wanted to be more informative in the description. So I got to go back and edit the ones that I'm still able to edit. And
That's cool. But I think it shows an evolution, of your style, everybody's style per se.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I definitely, I really didn't do like basically everything we've talked about today. Like I only really learned how to do all this stuff in the last like year. Like I was into art growing up, but
I think that's a lot of us, man. I'm in the same boat, the same exact boat. I was into art all the way up until the end of high school, and then I just kind of lost track when harsh reality of the world set in. After college,
hit you like a brick.
Yeah, sure did. But yeah, I know. Getting back into it now, I just think a lot of us instinctively gravitated towards this space because that's something we really needed in our lives at the time.
Yeah, and it's been fun trying to figure out exactly like my style, I guess. I've done a lot of different projects now. It seems like in such a short amount of time. It's been like the one that I just sent in the chat, like that uses MaxMSP, Photoshop, and a video. I think it's called Motion Leap as well, and like I use like four softwares for that one, and I don't know. It's been fun just testing things out and exploring and doing new things.
Yeah, I think that's what it's all about. And Twitter just kind of puts everything on hyperspeed too.
Yeah,
sharing and bouncing ideas off each other so quickly.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for the whole Twitter scene. Like I wasn't big into social media before I made my Obscure account, and
it's a perfect name. It's a perfect name.
Right, I think so too. Thanks. Like it's definitely some weird stuff I've been making, so I thought it was a good decision.
Well, hey,
yeah, no,
awesome talking to you, man. And this is a great scene. I'm going to go ahead and submit the scene to Decentraland. That's what I'm going to start doing for everybody. And hopefully they'll pick it up and so that we can franchise your scene off to anybody else who wants to place it on their land. So there's a whole lot of land speculators with nothing on their land these days.
Oh, for sure. I didn't even realize they were doing that now. Yeah, sounds good.
They have a scene pool, and people can just submit, the GLB files to the scene pool, and then I don't know who it's on to approve them, but if they get approved, then it just goes in the general scene pool, and anybody can use them.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Yeah, that's cool then. Make Decentraland a little more vibrant.
Yeah, there's nature is awesome, but digital nature, maybe not quite as necessary as we can have a park here and there, but you get some buildings up and stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what all gets done over the next few years. I feel like it's going to be some really cool things going on.
Well, if you saw, like I logged into Decentraland probably in its first month or two of existence, and I remember when I did that, I was like, well, this is cool, but nothing works, so peace. And that was like a year and a half ago, right? So they're coming along quite quickly.
Well, that's good to know. Yeah, I haven't actually really been on Decentraland very much. The only thing I've actually kind of explored is crypto voxels.
Yeah, crypto voxels is pretty awesome too. It's a little bit harder to build in there in terms of I can't switch out scenes like I can switch out scenes in Decentraland, unfortunately, but that is also very cool, and it's really cool with Oculus Quest too, for crypto voxels, because they've got it working now to where it's a can transition navigation like Mist used to be back in the day, but it still looks really cool with the headset on.
Oh, for the like VR, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
It works with Oculus Quest too. You can put it on, and you just got to attach it to the computer, so you play sitting down. But yeah, I got that. I think I want to say I put that one up in Pranksies, maybe. Did you give that to me to put up in Pranksies? That one right there that you just posted?
The penguin or the GIF?
Penguin. I could have sworn I saw that.
I actually just posted that. I think today or yesterday.
Oh man, okay. I look at so many submissions when I'm putting that stuff up. It kind of blends together after a while sometimes.
So the penguin's actually kind of unique because it's in my obscurities collection on OpenSea. So the original picture is actually a chalk drawing that I did in the 5th grade, and I actually just rediscovered it a few days back. And
very cool.
And I ended up adding some of those the effects to it. Let me see if I have the unedited picture to share. But yeah, I think I might try to do it.
Hey, Sandy Meow, I remember to turn my screen share off this time. They always have to whack because I forget.
Yeah, I do a lot of Zoom calls. I'm pretty bad about remembering to start sharing and stop sharing.
Oh, yeah.
A few minutes into the me talking, like, dude, you're not sharing anything with us right now. I'm like, oh, sorry about that. Yeah, it happened again the other day. They're like, I think I was like 3 minutes into the presentation to tell me that they couldn't see or hear anything, and I was like, oh, well, I started over. But the picture I just sent is what the penguin looked like before the edit I did to it yesterday. Actually, I don't know if it.
That one has a weird extension. Looks like.
Yeah, I don't know what .heic even is, to be honest. I took the picture of my phone, so that's weird.
I dropped the Cybercat link again if anybody else wants to check that out. I don't know. It's priced in ETH, so I don't expect these things to sell while ETH is freaking skyrocketing. Something we have to talk about with the guild members. Of course, we don't have to worry about that with Ghost Market, obviously. But, yeah, it's an issue.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's cool. How old were you when you drew that?
5th grade.
Dude, that's pretty good.
Thanks.
I don't think I can draw something that well now.
Yeah,
so, like,
I actually got.
No, keep
what
going.
was that?
No, I was just saying, my bad. Keep going.
Go for it. No, it's good. Go for it, man.
Well, I was just going to say that sometimes I think it's funny how like kids can draw almost the same level of abstraction as like really talented artists strive for by accident.
I know, I know exactly what you mean. I actually, I'm a little salty that I don't have the same like, I don't know, artistic ideation that I used to have. I guess it's like it's a skill, you know. You need to just keep practicing it. And in the past, I was drawing all the time, and I actually got, that's one of my worst pictures. I actually got pretty good with pencil, but yeah. So I'm kind of like relearn it and trying to like what's it called? Get back to my funnel my project my younger side again or something like that.
You find your nest.
Yeah.
Me, myself, and Irene. Or no, not myself, Irene. Me, you, and Dupree. That's what it was. Me and Dupree. If you ever saw that.
Yeah, Jim Carrey or no Owen Wilson.
Yeah, Owen Wilson. He's kind of like lost. He needs to find his nest.
Yeah, it's a good movie too. You've been naming all these ones that I used to watch all the time, and I'm gonna have to. I graduate in a couple weeks, and
I'm a big movie buff. I just watch tons of movies.
Yeah, I love movies too. I love old horror movies like The Thing, American Psycho, and any of those like 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s kind of movies. You
gotta check out Reanimator then.
Reanimator. It sounds familiar.
Oh yeah, it's old school. It's super terrible. It's hilarious and awesome at the same time.
Yeah, I just looked it up. I don't think I've seen it. I'm gonna have to check it out.
There's a couple of them. I think there's at least two. Maybe there might be three, but there's definitely a one and then the sequel. It might be Animator and then Reanimator. I can't remember, but it's pretty hilarious.
I see one called Beyond Reanimator and Reanimator. That actor looks pretty familiar, but I can't put my name on who he or my finger who he is.
Yeah, my ex roommate would know. We used to watch. He moved out recently, but we used to watch all these terrible movies all the time. It's just
by H.P. Lovecraft. Okay, very cool. Jeff Combs. That's who it is.
It's like definitely, you know, it's an acquired taste. I enjoy watching terrible 80s movies because I swear back then, like in the 70s and 80s, it was a different funding model to get movies made, and it was just like, I'm not an expert or anything, but it seemed to me watching the movies back then that whoever was funding the movie just gave some money to the director and was like, "Here, go make a movie. Like, we're not gonna freaking micromanage you. You do whatever you want."
Yeah, I think back then they were all more close knit. You know, like a lot of buddies. I mean, it still is the media industry, entertainment industry, but like National Lampoon and like Who's Talking and the like Lisa Cat, like there's just so many good and Mannequin and I don't know, just random movies that are so good, and you really expect them to be good until, but they are. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense what I'm saying.
10 years earlier, if you go back 10 years earlier into late 70s, and there's just so many terrible movies that have absolutely no idea how they got made, but it was just like shoestring budget, and somebody just had carte blanche with it.
Oh, okay, yeah, like Caligula. Do you remember Caligula at all?
Yeah, that sounds really familiar. Oh, there was another one we recently watched. It was called like Bum Fight or like Street Bums. The whole movie was about it was like this community of like homeless people set in like Seattle back in the 70s, and they like this liquor store owner found a box of old liquor
that had gone bad. It just melted you from the inside out if you drank it. Just like really terrible movies like that. Just like, I don't know, I get a kick out of watching them.
Yeah, no, they're definitely fun to watch. I can't get the name of it, but there's one with this like semi-realistic like duck mascot costume, like this duck character. Yeah, I can't think of it. It was from the.
Are you talking about the new Nick Cage movie? Where he has to beat the crap out of his animatronic machines?
No, I'm talking about a really old movie. Nick Cage, like the younger guy. Is that who you're talking about?
No, the older actor now. He's trying to make a comeback. He just made, I think it's called like Wonderland or something. I can't remember the name of it, but he's been making a lot of indie movies lately. And the last one he made was about this old like Chuck E. Cheese type place, and like there's some kind of satanic cult there, and like infuse people into these animatronic machines, and they'd murder people that came in randomly. I don't know, it was random as hell, but he actually played a pretty good part in it. I forget, anybody's seen that movie? Howard the Duck, yeah.
It was Howard the Duck. That's it.
Yep. Okay, go around. Nice comment, Juxta.
The last Nick Cage movie I saw was actually Color Out of Space. It's like him and his family, and they have this like alien interaction type deal. It turned out a lot better than I was expecting. Because I used to be a huge Nick Cage fan, but some of his movies are a little iffy nowadays. But that turned out good.
He's kind of just like trying to pump him out right now. I feel like he's just getting out of some debt or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he spent like 5 years ago. He spent all of his money on all these rent houses and fake dragon skulls, like huge like sets of dragon bones.
He bought a castle.
He bought a castle.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, might as well if you got the money, but he didn't have the money.
I can literally talk about anything. I get this from my grandpa. He used to be able to segue from anything into anything else. But so it's Easy on here. Easy, you want to hop on? It's almost ready. Almost time to start your show up.
All right. Well, it's been talking to you. Thanks for having me on, and thank you, Token Smarts, for hosting it. And I'm not sure who Sandy Meow is, like the admin of Token Smarts. Thank you to you for helping out as well.
I'm going to drop your Twitter page one more time for everybody, just in case they didn't get a chance to follow you. It's been a real pleasure listening to how you create your art, and for me, it's like I said, I'm always able to appreciate it more when I find out the process behind it. So, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, it was fun. I'll talk to you later.
All right, ObscurePrints, everybody.